Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video. This one I'm going to be talking about, we're going to be ranking the years, all the Valentine's Day updates we've ever had. So that's from 2013 to 2017. We didn't get one in 2012. It was a bit too, it was too early, really. I don't know if even TapTap was around on Valentine's Day. I'm not too sure. But no. There was no 2012, unfortunately, but we have a 2013. 2013 was the first one that I experienced, because I've experienced all the Valentine's Day. I'm not just going off what I can tell, because obviously Halloween, it was kind of a tricky one because I wasn't there for 2012 Halloween. I was there for 2012 Christmas, but not 2012 Halloween, so it's kind of hard for me to actually judge that. But this one I can judge. I can judge all 5 because I was there. So we're going to go from the worst right to the best. So the worst one straight off the bat is 2015, and there's not really much. I don't think anyone would disagree with me here. All 2015 gave us was a little teddy bear basically, and a animatronic bunch of teddy bears. So they kind of took it from the Love Day episode. I know what episode they took it from, but they didn't really do much about it. They only gave us 2 decorations. It was pretty crappy. It was just something they sort of threw together just so they acknowledged Valentine's Day as an actual holiday. But in terms of stuff, they didn't actually add anything, and they didn't progress in the game or anything like that. So it was pretty crappy, really. We didn't really get much. So I kind of have to put that 20. It just there's not really much argument about it. It gave us 2 decorations, whilst all the other events at least gave us 1 character and 1 building. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put it there. So the second worst one is actually this year's one, 2017, which gave us the Sugar Co, Diabetes, and the Chocolate Cathedral. 2 buildings and 1 character. It's not terrible. It's at least something, and it's better than 2015. And I'd rather them give us 1 character every year and keep Valentine's Day going, to the alternative of doing like a big event one year and then next year not being able to do anything because they're out of stuff to add, which is what 2015 felt a little bit like. It felt like they added everything last year, but there was plenty of stuff they could have added. I'd rather them do that, but again, they don't have to do that. That's the problem. There's so much Valentine's Day stuff, and although they haven't got loads of Valentine's Day themed episodes, it doesn't really matter, because they can just take a wife of someone or a husband of someone, and they can make it into Valentine's Day themed. And this is what annoys me, is where you've got a missing wife or a missing husband is where you've got potential for Valentine's Day. I say wife, mainly wife, because I don't know, I don't know if that's a sexist thing to say, but I just think it makes more sense if you add the woman in Valentine's Day. Or there again, you could add Julio if you want, or possibly, what's his name? Yeah, Julio. Well, I think it was Julio. Julio is Smithers' ex-boyfriend. You could have added him. So you can add men as well. I'm not to say that you can't add. I just can't think of any women who are in the game whose husbands aren't in the game. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Bumblebee Man, for example, they could add his wife. Cletus, they could add any of the girlfriend stuff, the Bart girlfriend stuff, any of Bart's previous girlfriends. They could add any of them. Any Lisa's boyfriends they could add. There's loads of different characters whose wives are gone. And to be honest with you, I didn't really get why Diabetes was added, because it's not like she is the wife of anyone. So it was a bit of a weird one, really. The Sugar Co building I do like though, and the Chocolate Cathedral's meh. It's okay. It's not too bad though. So yeah, I think that's fair enough. 2017, second worst one, but still not the worst. Next up is 2014. So 2014, honestly, and it did give us It did give us 2 playable characters. It did give us Brandine. It gave us 2014's next, by the way. It gave us Brandine, it gave us Mindy, and it gave us Birthday, Whitney, and Dubray, or whatever the heck his name is. It gave us the Krusty Land Love Tunnel building. It gave us the Madame Chow's and some other stuff. But to be honest with you, they made it into like this sort of mini event, but it wasn't a proper mini event because they updated the splash screen and everything like that. But it was like a mini event that went on way too long, and that was why I had a problem with it. They also gave us the Valentine's Day wheel. It just ruined the whole thing. And although they gave us characters, and it doesn't always come down to how many characters they give us. They can give us loads of characters and it'd still be a really crappy event. I mean, look at superheroes. Everyone thinks the Superheroes 2 is pretty crappy. I mean, I disagree, but everyone thinks it is a really, really crappy update. Even though it added loads of characters, they're just all forgettable characters. Now this one added Mindy and Brandine are pretty rememberable characters, and they're pretty important characters. Well, at least Brandine is anyway. I feel like Mindy, yeah, questionable, but I mean, she's still. I'd still say she is important to add eventually. So those two are pretty. They were good characters to add, but I just feel the whole thing with the wheel and the fact it lasted way too long, and just all the confusion that came in there. And I know there's also a lot of bugs around 2014. I'm pretty sure I had a lot of problems with the wheel. It always used to crash because I remember that quite well. Whenever I used to go on the wheel, it crashed. I don't know if that was just me, but I just think personally 2014 Valentine's Day left a real sort of sour taste in my mouth. So I didn't really, to be honest with you, I still think it's better than 2017 and 2015, mainly because of the characters they added and the buildings, but I can't put it any higher, definitely not. So number two, I have put the 2013 one. So this was the very first Valentine's Day, and I love this one. I think it was a cute little event, and it wasn't big, it wasn't massive. It gave us 3 buildings. It gave us Howard's Flowers, not Madame Charles. Howard's Flowers, Sir Put-a-Lot, and Phineas and Cube Butterfat. It also gave us one character, which was Shauna. Shauna herself isn't a massive character. She's the daughter of Chalmers, which I actually learnt from the comments. Thanks, Sapperson. Which is weird, but whatever. Again, completed family, you could say that. And of course, she had this sort of tiff with love tiff with Bar, and I think Jimbo was Laura Powell. I always get those two mixed up. I've said this before. And so she was a kind of character. She was a relevant character. She was a pretty cool character. The first character I didn't actually know about. It was one I kind of had to look at because I've never saw her in an episode before that, or I didn't really remember the episode very well. I was thinking it was Laura Powell at first, actually. I think. So yeah, I think it was a really, really cute little event, and I like it so much. And another reason I love it is it was formatted brilliantly. It was formatted so you had to send characters to get I think it was hearts or something like that, or gift cards or something like that. But the event currency, you had to send characters to do that, and then you could freely buy what you want. Now, Shauna was premium, which I guess is a bit of a disadvantage that the only character is premium. But all 3 of those buildings were completely free as long as you earned the hearts, and it was easy to do. I just wasn't a very active player then, so I didn't quite get Sir Put-a-Lot. But if I went on every day and logged on every day, I probably would have got it. But I got Phineas and Cube's Butterfats and Howard's Flowers pretty easily. It wasn't too hard. All I had to do was spend, collect hearts, and then I could choose freely what to buy. And if I wanted to, I could save up for Sir Put-a-Lot, which was the most expensive item. I could have saved up for that, buy that, and do it. And this is a thing I want them to do. I like the acts, and I do really like the act things, but maybe for crafting, instead of doing crafting, why don't we scrap crafting and we do free currency? So you earn like a currency and then you can choose what to buy. So all the crafting stuff that we got now in the Destination Springfield, maybe have it instead, say that tree, the one with the tree, whatever it was, the Brazilian one, the building, the very last crafting price, make that like really expensive so people have to work to it to get it, but along the way they could buy a bike for a few tickets, what the heck the currency is, and that's what I really think they missed out on. And the reason I love this event so much is because it did that. It did the whole sort of free, it was very free, it was like a free market. It was a free market is what it was. Capitalism. No, but yeah. And the number 1, can we have that drum roll? Is 2016, last year. Of course, it's got to be last year. I thought last year was pretty cool, and to be honest, it still wasn't a perfect event. I think no Valentine's Day update was perfect, and it's just one of those weird holidays that's kind of, there isn't really a load of episodes based around it, because this one still had its flaws. It still had like things like, you had to get an animation, for example, I'm pretty sure was one of the prizes, and also like a skin for the Babaloo, place. So it gave us loads of buildings. It gave us the Shishi Lounge, the Babaloo Lounge, I think it's called. But then there was also a skin for it. Gave us Mona Simpson. It gave us Becky. It gave us the German bar thing, whatever it was. You know, it was a nice little event, and I like it. The reason I like it is it was balanced. It gave us a character for the people who don't want to spend money, and a character for people who do spend money / hack. Yeah, let's be honest. It does. They do. You know, some people who hack. Well, the people who hack get it as well. But and it was a nice little mini event. It wasn't too. It didn't last too long. It was quite short. It wasn't boring as well. The quest line was very centered around this one episode, but it was centered around the stuff with Abe and Mona, and I really liked it because it's something that we don't see often in The Simpsons. I know it was in that one episode, but we don't see that very often. And I wasn't aware of their relationship. I was very always confused because I always used to think that they, I don't know, it was like Homer was like some sort of one night stand. But no, it is really interesting. And I do like it, and the whole event was really, really cool. And of course, the main reason it sort of pushes it up is because it added us Mona, which is a massive character. It's a character that we sort of were waiting for a long time. Of course, it's Homer's mother, a very important character because it's the protagonist's mother, you know. And she, you know, kind of completing our main Simpsons family tree. There's still a few that are kind of missing, but there'll be a video on that soon. But yeah. Really cool event. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's the event. that's it. I'm gonna be doing a really, really cool little video I've been waiting to do for a long time. Well, I've got a few videos actually. I'll go through it with you. I've got now I want to do this whole completing family thing. It's kind of like a little ideas video. It's like a latch onto my ideas video because I like to talk about characters that they could potentially add and where they can add them. And that's why I'm gonna do my completing families. I'm not too sure I'm gonna call it completing families or completing categories. I might just call it completing categories actually, because there's other stuff I want to talk about as well, like the barflies category and the plant workers category and the school workers category, and talk about all the characters that are sort of missing from these categories. But then also I want to talk about the different families and what families they need to add. And I really wish they would do for characters, like, fair enough, like there's some characters like you don't see their wife or their children or anything like that. So like Mole, well, actually no. You know, there's some characters. I really wish they put all the categories in families. I don't know why. I really think that would be kind of cool. Even if it's just one person, like Barney Gumble, for example. It'd just be the Gumbles, and it'd just be one. I don't care. I want it to be a families. But anyway, yeah, so that will be coming. Also, I'm going to be doing a little versus video. I'm going to be doing Thanksgiving versus Valentine's Day. So that will be coming soon. So I hope you're excited for that. And I shall see you next video, guys. Goodbye.